I'll tell you right now, that to me was we all know the video on TikTok, on YouTube, and everything else where the guys are playing Call of Duty and the friend's like, hey, if I was going through something, would you all be there for me? And they're like, nope. And that was our moment like that.
Yeah.
Like
he's like, I would be at your funeral knowing I could have done something to help.
Yes. But that was our moment, because we all give each other crap and da-da-da-da. But he knew that would get me out of that funk. And it did. So.
You had to bring up that Call of Duty video because now I'm thinking about that. Would you be there for me? No, dog. I want to be at your funeral knowing I could have done something to stop it.
Dude, I love that video.
Oh, shit.
That video is like, I listened to that, and that is like...
All right, welcome back. We are here for episode 29. Are we on 29? Because I'm pretty sure it is not 29. I'm pretty sure it's
No, because I made the comment about... I think this is 30.
This is episode 30. My dumbass didn't number myself correctly. We are on episode 30 today.
And guess what, fellas?
Yeah, it's a quad.
It's a quad. Wayne and Scott are back.
You guys want to say hello? Yep.
Back in the house.
Same exact answer every single time. Hello.
Ready to yell at some people.
This isn't that episode. You can save that for a later one. So episode 30, because I can't count apparently. Wayne, did you say hi? Or did Howie overbear you?
He said hello.
Oh.
He said his patented hello that he said on every quad episode.
Fair. All right. So, before I lose this thought, okay. Yeah, I can't count. I need to make sure. Let me do this right now so I don't forget. All right. So episode 30, we alluded to it last week. We are basically focusing on board game. Goodness, that was aesthetic. So the reason 9,270, we don't do video podcasts. Anyway, episode 30 is our story mode today is going to be Roll for Nostalgia. So we're focused on all things board games, and we're talking old school, the OGs, the Monopolies, and all that. But our D&D experiences, deck builders, themed games, just everything.
Anything that is a group tabletop experience, basically.
Exactly. Mine is we're not going to go down a TCG rabbit hole because we did a whole episode on that.
We've already did that, yeah.
So, Howie, we're avoiding TCGs, just so you know.
But it's tabletop.
I know, but, just saying. And then our side quest today. We're going to do Power Cycle, so deep pool memory specific to our main topic of board games, so something that's near and dear to us specifically. Then we are going to have Patch Notes. So Patch Notes is our segment where we talk about upcoming episodes and just kind of what's going to be coming down the pike over the next couple of weeks kind of thing. We do have an upcoming quad episode probably that's going to be very exciting, and I feel could probably be our longest episode yet. And I think we need to plan on that, actually.
Well, when you have somebody that'll argue everything, even if he knows he's wrong, that's going to make the episode go a little long.
Yeah. Fair assessment. So,
ain't that right up there, Wayne?
No.
You would never do that, would you?
No.
Look, and just for the visual aid, if you will, so we mentioned that we record these virtually now. If at any point you hear Austin refer to up there or over there, we've got Wayne in the top left, we've got Howie in the top right, we've got Austin in the bottom left, and then I am in the bottom right. So whenever you start hearing us say up there, over there, that's what we're referring to. So now you can have a clear visual in your head of, at least me, because I post on TikTok, so you know what I look like. But otherwise, I think...
Yeah, you look old.
Dude.
And that should be everything with our press start. Let's go ahead and get into our story mode.
Let's jump into our story mode. Roll for Nostalgia. All right. So we'll just skip right over pointing out all my grayness. But I guess in talking about all of my grayness, we've got to start when you think about... I think we all think about board games a certain way now. But when we think about board games from an old school mentality, like growing up as a kid, and I get it, it was longer ago for me than it was for Austin.
Well, no, I was looking up something else. So keep going with your saying, and I just want to bring something up after you get to the game.
I was going to ask you all, what's the first thing that comes to mind for you? Like when you
Monopoly.
Yeah. Okay, Monopoly
well,
checks out.
That's what I looked up. Do y'all know when Monopoly originally came out?
It was like in like the 30s or something crazy.
1935.
Can we talk about the fact that the 30s was a guess?
It said it was created. Its origin is a game called The Landlord's Game in 1903. That was made in 1903. But the actual release for the Parker Brothers is November 5th of 1935.
Okay, so see, that's way the hell older than me, so we don't need to be comparing me to Monopoly, Austin, for the record. But
and Monopoly's evolved. There's so many different versions and stuff now.
Dude, have y'all? We used to have the credit card one.
Oh yeah.
They got a credit card one.
Yeah, and you had where you don't have a bank.
Fun fact: they're also slot machines now.
Oh,
yeah,
dude,
Monopoly.
Hey,
Fortnite is the new Monopoly.
Dude,
of course, we can't have an episode with Wayne and not speak something about gambling.
Hey, well, well, and here's the thing. I'm glad you brought that up because that can pivot into an episode we have planned in the future. But
if there's a gambling episode, Wayne has to be here.
But I will say I have won some hella money.
It's not a problem.
I have won some hella money on a Monopoly slot machine.
My man said it's not a problem. Wait, aren't you waking up at 4 o'clock to watch the league because you bet on it?
No, I didn't even bet on it today, and I woke up and watched it.
Okay, fair enough.
Well,
so back to our board games.
Yeah. So, but Monopoly, of course. But like, Howie, Wayne, what do you all? I mean, is Monopoly what comes to mind for you all, or is there another staple, old school that pops?
Shoots and ladders.
Shoots and ladders is a classic.
I mean, Monopoly, yeah, but it wasn't my favorite. My favorite was Stratego.
Stratego is really good, and it is an older game. It is
right. There's so many I used to play with my mom back in the day.
Stratego
is 1v1.
Guess who?
Guess who?
Yes.
Guess who? Guess who didn't age well though?
Did you ever Chase? Do you not know Stratego?
No. When you all said Stratego, I was like, I don't know what this is.
Wayne, you explain it because you explain it. You can probably explain it better than I can.
It's basically like Army v Army, and there's a flag on both sides, and you got to try to capture the other flag, and like each rank of the army people do different things on the board. Like there's bombs, and only like one person can defuse the bombs.
And you only have so many of them. So like there was a time like I remember we would play, and if you trapped your flag in between bombs, but you took say I have a 5 and you have a 3, and we clash, the 5 obviously wins. Well, the 3, I think it's the 3, isn't it? That takes the bombs?
3 is the only one that can take bombs.
Yeah. So if I clear all of his 3s out, then he can't.
I can't win.
He can't win the game. He can't get past the bombs.
See, I looked up the box. Like I've seen the box before, but I've never actually played that.
It's an excellent.
That's probably my
favorite
really
board
game ever. I love that board game so much. Yeah.
I think Risk is fun. I'm just not very good at it.
No, but I'm not very good at Risk either, and I didn't get exposed. You all were the ones who exposed me to Risk, which we'll get into that a little bit more, but. I mean, Monopoly's the first one for me, but I heard you say it when you were talking about games you play with your mom, but Clue was another big one.
Oh, yeah.
We played Clue a lot.
I'm over Clue, to be honest.
But we played it a lot.
It now.
We played it.
Life, that was a good one.
Life was another good one.
Yeah.
And I mean, they had a bunch
Trouble
of others.
was good. We played Trouble a lot at my grandma's house.
I
thought it was Sorry.
We played both.
Was Trouble?
Sorry's the one that I remember.
Trouble's the one with the thing in the middle that like bounces or something.
Yeah, you push it.
Talking about Risk though, and I mean this isn't like I just slightly remember this. When you remember whenever him and Aunt were playing, our dad and one of his best friends, they had like a 3-day game of Risk.
Yeah, it didn't stop.
Like Dad apparently
go to sleep and wake up and play it again the whole day, and then sleep and go to wake up.
They did it over a weekend, and apparently there was. I remember Dad telling stories about it, and he got up at like he had to be at work at 8, and he didn't go to sleep because they were playing Risk Sunday night, and then he got off work, and they were still playing Risk.
Yeah, well, we definitely have some long-going games that we'll talk about when we get to more modern eras. But I believe that Risk can go that freaking long. Like that doesn't surprise me at all.
If you have good people playing it who know what they're doing,
right. Well,
I never got to that level.
Well, it's very like if you get to a point like I remember we played it, and you would only attack certain people, and then it would call somebody to get a huge army, and then they would win.
Your dad would play the diplomat and then screw everybody. I remember.
But if you have everybody that just doesn't care about that, and you're not trying to run alliances, and all you're trying to do is just win the game, Dude, that game can go forever.
No, yeah, I hope your dad hears this episode because, Chase, we'd be sitting there. I get a card. He'd be like, hey, Scott, check this out. I'll trade you this, and this will help you out to get him. And I'm like, I don't know. I don't really want to lose this. And he'd be like, no, trust me. It's the way it goes. He'll get my card. I'll get his, and he'll be like, all right, I chained all this in. That would have been a good plan, but I'm going to kill you now. And I'm like,
so he monopolies you. Like in Monopoly, where you negotiate for properties and all that jazz, and then just completely screws you.
Yeah, but the difference is you can kill people.
Listen to this.
Oh, that's fair.
What is your favorite property on Monopoly?
My favorite, I'll tell you right now because I have my answer. It's the Mediterranean and Baltic Avenue, the first two right after go. Like I always make it a point to get those as quickly as possible and get hotels on them, because hey, look. There's a thing out there that talk about statistics and how often people land.
Well, the statistics that I've read, that's not the one.
No, but
statistics from experience is that one is not the one to get to win the game.
Scott, you know where I'm going with this because you know the one Dad used to take.
It's the opposite of what he just said. It's the two right before you hit go.
No.
Oh, wait, you're all talking about the other one.
The corner on free parking, the orange
and red.
Yeah.
Statistically, apparently, that is. And I kid you not.
Yeah, that's
Dad got those every single time.
But I will say, every game that I have won of Monopoly has been me getting hotels on them super early because they're so cheap, and that's every time I've lost, I've not had them. I'm not saying I win every time that I have them, but every time that I have won, I've had them, and every time I've lost, I have not had them. So that's my.
But going into a different one, I don't know if I ever played Mousetrap.
Yeah, so when I put this list together,
really,
Mousetrap, like you had those games, like Mousetrap.
When did we have that?
And like Operation and like
Operation was a good one. That's a good one.
And you had these games that like they had boards, but they were very interactive. Like you could say Guess Who is like that, or Battleship. Like they're not board games per se.
Battleship's excellent.
Break the Ice, yes. Those, you remember they had a bunch of different games. They came in those big, tall, white boxes. Break the Ice was one. I feel like there was one with like an elephant or something like that.
Break the Ice was fun because it had water you put in it.
Yeah. But all of those, like, so, I mean, I remember, like, with these old retro games like this, like these kinds of games. Now, don't get me wrong, the same concept applies as we've gotten older. But, like, I very much remember... I mean, I didn't really have family game nights as a kid. Like, that just wasn't something, all of my family game nights, I guess, because we're friends related. So, like, sleepovers or whatever. And, like, I can remember going up to Toys R Us over there on Outer Loop that now is that where the BJ's place is? No, Bob's Discount.
No, that's the mattress, Bob's Mattresses or whatever.
Yeah. Bob's Furniture, and they're great. Not a sponsor.
Really? I've never been over there before. We should have
my whole house is furnished from there,
dude. And his couch downstairs is fantastic.
If we're gonna pick a random store to sponsor, we should pick the BJ's place. You see what I did there?
Yeah.
Yeah, good time.
But no one laughed at that. Like I thought it was funny. But at Toys R Us, like going, like having a sleepover for the weekend or whatever, going to Toys R Us and then picking up whatever board game like was new that I didn't have or whatever, assuming we didn't already have them. But yeah, those, like when I put Mousetrap down, like there was a bunch of others too that had like apparatuses on them and stuff.
Yeah. But see, I feel like if I remember, my parents didn't. We did board games, but we did more card games like Rummy and Spades and Gin Rummy.
Oh,
what's the Rook?
Rook was one.
We played.
Big. We played a lot.
What was the one we played at Memos?
Skippo.
We played a lot of Skippo.
Games like that. It wasn't really board games. So, games like
that. But before you go into like, and we evolve from these, I think it's better to go ahead and talk about the themes because a lot of these games are the ones that are themed.
Yeah. And we'll circle back into what I have grouped in themes because I'm talking about specific games, but I know what you mean by that.
Like, because I remember our Monopoly. When you remember, we used to play we had Pokemon and we had Scooby-Doo Monopoly.
Yeah.
Were the two that we played. Well, that's what I was meaning. So, like, that's what I feel like Monopoly.
Pokemon was still, and I wish it was still wrapped up because I'm sure I could make bank off that game.
Oh, for sure.
Which one?
The
Pokemon
Monopoly.
one?
Oh, dude. If it was sealed.
If I had it sealed, I'm sure I could get rich quick.
Oh, guaranteed. Wait,
rich,
that's like you're not on a computer.
$600
board game. That was a fun board game I played with my cousin all the time. Was the Pokemon Pegs one?
I don't know if I know that one. I was just gonna bring up though. There was some Pokemon board game that I had. I can't remember what it was called, but
well, it had little coins, and the objective was is you go around and collect Pokemon, and they had like
I do remember this
dice.
It was the catch 'em all Pokemon.
Catch 'em all
or something.
And the way you beat it was you beat the Elite
Four. We played that
Four.
at your house, didn't we?
Yeah.
Is that the black box?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
I just googled it. Yeah, I remember that game.
game was
Pokemon Master Trainer.
I think 100% Monopoly is the number one themed board game. Like,
agreed.
Of what? Because, like I said, I can remember. I have two at my house right now. I have a Zelda one and I have a Fallout one, literally over here.
Well, that's why I said it's the Fortnite of tabletop.
Yeah. What'd you say, Wayne?
My wife wants the It one and the Stranger Things one.
Oh yeah,
so that's what I'm saying. Like
Howie, that is an amazing comparison.
There's even a isn't there a Walmart themed one?
Yeah, there is. When you said that earlier, I didn't particularly process what you had said, where it's the Fortnite of board games. But dude, you're right. Like, and around the holidays, you can get like a Louisville Monopoly. There's one in Clarksville called a Clarkopoly. Like, it is the most heavily. But I will say, I've started to see like themed clues. Like, there's a Dragon Ball
they've had those
clue
for a
game.
while too.
You know,
there's a It one.
Yeah, and some of those
my wife does have.
Yeah, some of those make sense. Like the fact that there's a Scooby-Doo clue makes sense. The fact that there's an It or Stranger Things clue kind of makes sense.
But like Monopoly's got to be the best-selling board game of all time, right? Like it has to be.
I don't think there's close. I think Monopoly is the one. It's caused a lot of fights between families, but it's also like it's one that like I feel like every family has played together.
I don't know. I think Catan would be up there with Monopoly.
Monopoly's been around since the 30s, dude. Like,
I think Monopoly's
for all intents and purposes, they technically have chess and checkers as 1 and 2, then Monopoly.
Well, I guess they are technically board games. That makes sense, though.
Yeah.
And you know what? You don't have one here, dude. You don't have Jenga on here.
Jenga's a good one.
I don't have Jenga. Dude, I love some Jenga.
Yeah. How did you miss that one,
dude? Man, look, the episodes where I use AI to put stuff, y'all complain that the list is too long. Like when I utilize what's in my head.
What is this AI what is this to help? Y'all? Because I don't remember ever complaining.
So, are you saying that you don't complain? Like, is that what?
No, I'm saying.
No, he said he didn't complain about that.
Complained about how long a list is.
Well, fair enough. But this one, I literally it was all off of my head. I didn't, so sorry that I forgot.
And then you have giant Jenga now?
Dude, yes. Yeah, you go to, not that I go to bars by any means.
We got one.
Rec Bar has it.
We've got one that my son got. It's like Jenga, but it's on it's kind of like Tetris. You put the blocks on and try to make it not fall, and the thing tilts side to side, so you got to balance it. Yeah. That game is so much fun.
Yeah, and that's the thing too. Before we move out of old school, like, I mean, it was a huge thing around the holidays. I think it's still a huge thing around the holidays. But do you all remember, like, some of the commercials for all those board games? Like, as we were growing up as kids, like, my brain always goes to the Crossfire commercial. Like, that's not really a board game per se, but do you all remember Crossfire, or am I the only one?
No, I remember Crossfire, but
I don't think
that's not the one that comes to my mind.
Which one?
For the commercials.
Which one for commercials?
The Battleship.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's fair.
They'd always have the kids there, and they'd be like, "Oh my God, you sunk my battleship!" And then explosions everywhere.
Yeah. Okay. Good point. But no, the commercials back then, dude. I'll tell you right now. If you gave me
commercials back then were way better than they are now,
dude. Give me a YouTube channel that does nothing but play old 90s and 2000s commercials, and I will watch it on loop.
There is
one. We were talking today about the berries and cream guy.
I expect you to send this to me, Howie.
You know what I'm talking about?
No. What berries and cream guy?
The berries and cream, I'm a little lad who loves berries and cream.
When we were talking about card games too, we didn't even bring up Uno.
Oh yeah, Uno.
I said Uno.
Wayne said it.
Okay.
Freaking one of the funniest commercials I always laughed at was when they had Mr. T doing the World of Warcraft.
Oh
I'm
my
a night elf
gosh.
mohawk.
Yeah, yeah.
Everybody wanted to play that character, and they never actually made it.
OG commercials, I'll tell you what. I need to check about OG commercials and licensing because I feel like we could have an episode and just play the audio for old commercials. I'm gonna have to research that one. I need to make a
You know they have an Uno Extreme now that's got like a plus 12, a draw 12 and stuff in it.
Yes,
I've got it. We've got it. We've played it, and there's no limit. You can put any draw on top of other draws, and
I've seen it. That's another. That's another in friendship game, like Monopoly. But no, like as these games though, like evolved, like beyond those basic, then you get into this whole. And look, I know we have this bulleted list. Remember, this bulleted list doesn't necessarily define an order per se, but the games now, you've got these massive, very complex board games. You've got this whole era around deck builders, which I'm very privy to, and also I know you and I had a ball for several weeks grinding out the DC.
Playing, DC, the Disney villains and stuff?
Yeah, it was Villainous, and then there's these themed games, now that are like the Metal Gear Solid game, the Ninja Turtles. So there's just, it's a totally different thing. And like the deck builders, kind of specifically, like I feel like those started like as very niche. What is that?
Don't worry about it.
Oh, I know what that is. I'm not going to say what that is. I'm not going to say what it is. It's nothing provocative, It gets the people going. Hey, is it? Wait a minute.
Is that provocative? Is that provocative?
That is provocative. Isn't that a Will Ferrell thing, by the way?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, I know it from the Kanye West song, but because I don't like Will Ferrell. But anyway, so the deck builders, like those games, like the fact that we all play TCGs at some degree.
Just so y'all know, Wayne is just holding up random objects while we're trying to talk.
Just showing you random things on my desk, man.
Well, as long as that's all it is, I guess. But
okay, I'll stop.
But like, it just the deck builders, right? So I feel like these things started, like the first one I ever heard about was the Marvel one, the Legendary. But now they've got the DC deck builder. And for people who don't know what a deck builder is, like the fact we play TCGs, a deck builder is like it plays like a TCG, but you don't have to have a deck. Like you build your deck.
You build the deck as you play.
As you go. And the concepts for all of them are pretty much the same, but they don't have to, like me in my older age, I in general, I'm not super competitive anyway, but when it comes to board games, I'm much more privy to play like cooperative type board games. Now, like the DC
which we will get to.
Oh, yeah, which the DC one is versus, but like Attack on Titan has a deck building board game, and you play cooperatively to take on Titans. Legendary did a deck builder of Predator, Alien, and then I've got the Game of Thrones one. It's still sealed. I haven't opened it yet. But these apparently can be versus or cooperative, which at some point I'm sure we will get together and play Game of Thrones deck builder, whatever it is. But these deck building games, they're like super easy is the thing about it.
Well, and that's what I like about Villainous is you don't build a deck. It's just a matter of you have an objective with a deck they've built. You have to figure out how to get to that objective.
Well, and all the Disney folks, like Villainous is so obviously something that Wayne will avoid like the plague.
Actually,
like
Wayne's played Villainous.
Oh, I wasn't sure because you're very anti-Disney.
Yeah, I think before I got that way.
Well, no, but I feel like you played the Marvel one. Or no, you played the regular one. Didn't you?
I've only got the base Villainous. Like I don't have the
I have all of them.
The edition ones. I've only got the main one, and I think I've played it one time, and that was it.
It was with us. It was me, you, Becca, and Taryn, I think.
I don't know.
It's a great game. I mean, anyone who's obsessed with Disney, Star Wars, or Marvel, I mean,
it's really like, and even if you don't, it's just a fun game. Like it's a good board game.
Dude, I'm telling you, we've got one here that is not mainline, I guess. So we do the escape rooms a lot. Well, one of the escape companies made their own board game.
Really?
And we've got it, and it's got it's basically you're in jail and you got to get your way out. And in order to do stuff, you got to do either act it, say it, spell it, like different things. It's so much fun. It's a blast, dude.
Is it a one and done, or is it different?
No.
Okay.
It's an actual board game.
I got you.
And it's got
okay.
stuff, but you got to play it with I think it's 2 to 8 people or something.
Well, because those one and done games, I didn't put them on here, but I don't know if you all ever seen them.
Yeah, I've got a bunch of them. Me and Taryn have done them.
The like murder mystery stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, Howie, you need to look into that for Brittany. Actually, these one and done games, you can only play them once, but it has you go through this whole experience of solving
and you
a
pick
crime.
choices, and there's cards and.
What's that? Is that one game that I feel like we put it at your house, and it was you basically flip a card and you have to make choices, and that's how you have to. If you don't make the right choice, it'll send you in a way, and you can't beat the game.
Well, no.
Do you remember what game I'm talking about, Wayne?
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
It was just a deck of cards. What was it called?
Well, this is not a card game or anything. It's literally a box that comes with a bunch of clues. You got to solve a mystery. If you look up Hunt a Killer.
Oh no, we don't have those. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. We've got the ones that's called Exit, I think is what it's called. And
I knew there's
everything
other
you do is based off you can end up with 7 or 8 different endings from it, and it's all changes based on what you pick. So you can play it over more than once.
Oh, okay. See, okay, I hadn't seen. I recognize this box now. So yeah, it's not a one and done. I understand what you're saying now.
And that game always makes me laugh because, me and my wife were taking turns reading the clues or whatever, and she said sarcophagus, and I was so confused. And the word that she was trying to say was sarcophagus.
Oh. Sarcophagus?
It doesn't even have an N in it.
No, that's really funny. Sarcophagus.
Yeah. She went to college for that, man.
I was going to say, she's a college graduate.
Well,
Jesus.
Well, there's been enough times you've called me out on being a college graduate and me not knowing math or something, so that's fine.
I tell her, I'm like, you don't know how to weed.
She don't know how to weed.
No.
So, but y'all's Munchkins nonsense with talking about them too.
They're bad-mouth Munchkins.
And I would argue, and Howie, if your side quest story is Munchkin related, save that for the side quest. But I guess Munchkin was my first exposure to a deck building game. I never thought of it when I was making this list. I thought of DC, Attack on Titan, Legendary, and I was like, oh, Munchkin's a deck building game. Dude, you talk about a game where the entire objective, so the same concept, you're building a deck, I can't even remember how to play it anymore, but you talk about a game where you can politic your way through, screw people over, and all kinds of stuff.
Y'all played that game, I know y'all played that game a lot. Scott, do you own any of the Munchkin stuff, or was that always
I always let Tyler and Musselman. They had all the sets.
They had all the sets.
It had ridiculous rules. Tyler bought a bag, and it says if you own this bag, you get this perk. If it's your birthday, who took the last shit? Stuff like that. And it would give you perks, whoever's birthday is last, you go first, and then it's first to level 21. You got to beat monsters to get a level, and then. What got me was Musselman. Anytime you played with him, he would play Botfly. And Botfly was the weakest monster, but it auto-killed you unless you had a trap door, which was the garage door.
Yeah.
No one ever had it.
No, it was, you were talking about your dad and your uncle or whoever playing a Risk game.
Well, I was holding that in case that was Scott's story.
I don't think it is. Is that your story?
It's not.
I didn't think so. But this is when I was living at Quentin's, and we started playing. Now I know how it was me, you, Quentin. I assume Rob and Musselman.
It was Musselman because he had the cards,
right.
And it was because we had got off work from GameStop.
Yeah,
and we went over to your all's house to play.
Yeah, and we started playing, and
Quentin had his girlfriend and 2 of her friends too, because it was 2 people I didn't know.
Yeah, well, we start playing, and you obviously weren't working at GameStop anymore, but I think Rob was. But because we started playing, you.
No, that's where I went to work.
No, you left to go work at Best Buy.
Oh, did I? Oh, yeah, it was Best Buy.
Yeah.
Yeah, security.
So, but
yeah,
I think Rob got off at GameStop because obviously Muscleman had cards.
And I had just got off from Best Buy. That's what it was.
Yeah, and then so we were playing, and then you had to and then you had to go back in because there was a truck or something. So we were playing from like 9, and then it got to be like 3:30 or 4 in the morning. Howie had to leave to go back to work. So he went back to work at Best Buy, got off work at like 9 or 10 a.m. and came back, and we were still playing because this
dealt me back in and everything.
Yeah, because this is the game where like you can die, and as long as no one has won, like you can come back and continue working. And it was, you talk about the most legendary night of a game, because I mean I think we finally finished around noon or something. I mean it wasn't quite 24 hours. I'll be honest, I can't remember. I think it was Muscleman that won. But I honestly cannot remember. I just remember it being this massive.
I'm pretty sure it was Muscleman because I know he killed me before I left with Botfly, and then I came back and he had killed a couple other people. I made it my life's goal to kill him.
Yeah, well, and that's the thing. I think that's what made it end up going longer because I think he was about to win. I think you killed him, and then he ended up coming back to win. Like it was a debacle. And I forgot all about how good what a situation.
No, I know it was a debacle.
Complex shenanigans. I don't know, you know. But before we move out of deck builders, though, I do got to call out the fact that Mortal Kombat is getting a deck building game being developed by the same people who do DC.
If it's going to be the same way as DC, it's got a lot of promise.
Oh my god,
it really does.
I'm so ready, and it looks so.
Wayne, I think you would like the DC deck builder too when we can ever get together and like actually play it. But
I bet.
For all intents and purposes, because we haven't talked about it. Can we put Cards Against Humanity in the deck building?
That's probably this. This is that's here.
You know that's fine. I honestly have a category for other, and I didn't have Cards Against Humanity on here at first.
That game is elite, man,
dude.
It's crazy because I feel like it kicked off all the other ones. Like
there's so many spinoffs of that.
Well, Apples to Apples was first.
Yeah,
and that's the kid's version.
Apples to Apples was first. Yep, because when I remember playing Apples to Apples when I was a senior in high school, I didn't go to parties very often, but I went to a party and they were playing Apples to Apples. That was my first exposure. And then my first exposure to Cards Against Humanity was the same group, but like 2 years later. And they were like, dude, remember when we played Apples to Apples? Imagine that super, 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 super foul. And I'm like, perfect. That's right up my alley.
And super, super, super foul, it doesn't even touch it, man.
Dude, like some of the expansions, dude, I will never forget. We got that. We had a bunch of people over, and we got it. It was playing it, and our parents were playing it with us. That was a wild scenario because one of the expansions was like, dude, it was super ornery.
Well, and the thing about Cards Against Humanity and any of the spinoffs, there's Cards Against Disney, Cards Against Marvel, any of those things. The one thing that's valid, like, I mean, I could play that with my mom, my sister, it'd be fine. Like, because we all have very similar senses of humor. Obviously, I don't know if we all have played Cards Against Humanity together or not, but I feel like that would be a perfect.
I'm pretty sure when you have it, right?
Yeah, I got a bunch of them.
I was about to say,
played it with you at
hey, well, Quentin's, and I'm gonna bring that up.
And I got What Do You Meme? I got that one too.
Oh, I've got
What Do You Meme is
and then I've got one. I got one that was made by Barstool, and it's basically a box of like 1,000 Would You Rather, and they are out of control.
Oh, really?
Oh my god! I could list a couple of them right now off the top of my head, but it's not appropriate.
Well, I've got one, or I had one. I don't think I have it still. I'd have to look up here in the closet. But there's one called Fun Employed, and it's a similar concept, but basically the card that gets flipped over is a job, and you hold credentials, basically. So this is a great game for somebody who works in HR.
Yeah.
And it's the same foul concept of Cards Against Humanity. And then you have to put down your credentials, and then when the person reads it, you have to basically interview for the job. So, but
we've got one that we just got last year, and it's called Ruin It. And you draw a card, and it's got a topic on it, and then everybody else playing gets 4 words to try to ruin that topic for you.
Oh gosh,
I'm telling you,
that game sounds fun.
Wild. It is
that game
wild,
sounds fun. Wait, you need to break these whenever we go play.
Yeah,
dude, I
actually want to play both. I would love for us four to play Cards Against Humanity again. I don't know how we've been friends for this long
and not
haven't played Cards Against Humanity.
Because the thing is, so I've played that game with people who don't share the sense of humor. Like when we were at Quentin's, and look, I cannot name drop these folks because of where I currently stand with some of them, but it was
where I currently stand.
Well, I remember playing Cards Against Humanity, and like everyone at the table were vibing and feeling good. But there was one friend and his I don't know if it's his girlfriend at the time, or wife at the time,
fiance.
I think they were engaged, maybe. But she was not meshing well with the whole group at all. It was already kind of tense, and like, dude, every time she had it was awful. And I think like that is essentially what drove them away. It was a New Year's Eve party, and they left before New Year's and it wasn't, no one was picking or anything. It just was so awkward. Like if you don't have shared senses of humor playing those games,
dude, I can't wait. I think this.
Well, I remember
if I play a game like that either at my house or with a DD, because games like that, like I want to be hammering.
Weren't they kind of a little bit religious too, Chase?
It wasn't so much about religion for them.
She side-eyed us a couple times when I remember a couple cards
Against Humanity, and you're gonna have a bad time.
No, she was just extremely like the textbook controlling, manipulative, and very upper class, and made sure everyone knew she was upper class. That was the problem.
Was she at least hot?
I mean, for an ass, maybe.
Yeah, but if you look at everything collectively, absolutely not. I mean, if you were looking
I'm talking about looks only.
Looks only, yes.
Yeah,
but I mean, man, she was so hoity-toity.
Oh, dude, it was awful.
So
why are we
I'm
talking
better
about
than
this?
you?
Let's go to the next thing.
Yeah. So anyway, but Cards Against Humanity, we need to play. But the themed games that I had on here, like the thing that got me really hyped is these IPs that are coming out with board games that are not a Monopoly, not a Clue or whatever. We played the Metal Gear Solid game, which
that game was a lot of fun.
That's my
that
shit.
Night. That game was a lot of fun. We got to play it like when we were not stupid tired,
right?
Because Wayne was literally falling asleep in the middle.
He was falling asleep because we had like I was a hacker that couldn't do nothing.
Yeah, you were
Wayne.
Otacon.
What were you, Wayne?
I don't know, but I was exhausted.
He was Cyborg Ninja.
He was Cyborg. Yeah, he was sneaking around, but Austin was just like catching all the cameras and the guards and everything. We're just like, what are you doing?
Yeah, but that game is amazing. There's a Stardew Valley game that I still haven't played that I have in the closet. They are making a God of War Ragnarok game.
We've talked about that.
It's gonna be cracked,
dude. I'll have it. I will get it.
I've got that card building one in my truck.
I forgot about that. There's a deck building God of War game.
So I didn't put it on the shared document because I'm on our document. Dark Souls.
Oh yeah, Dark Souls did one. I forgot about that.
And
that's probably so much fun.
It's apparently really, really hard.
You all know that Dead by Daylight game?
Yeah,
they got a board.
It's probably awesome.
They just came out with a board game for it, and Jacob just got it in.
I was gonna say the TMNT game, Chase, that you have that we still need to play.
I know. I have that over here, and we still need to play it.
The Metal Gear game was I liked that game a lot, where it's like chases the NPC, and then I forget what is it that you have to do every time.
Yeah, it was like the thing about Metal Gear that was cool was having to check for line of sight and stuff, because the whole thing is you're supposed to stealth and all that, and then there's reactions. Like, it's been so long, if we were to play it again, it'd be just the same way with the damn instruction booklet and having to watch everything every time. And
that's the one thing I will say about board games, though, like just speaking about this as a whole. Old school games, they were so streamlined and so easy to know. You could not, like, if we put Monopoly down right now, the only thing we may have to look up, and I mean,
is the money.
Remember, is the money
count,
right? Like,
other than that,
yeah, but at the same time, you can just give as long as everybody gets the same amount, it really don't matter how much it is.
That is
also
true. Yeah,
also true.
Where you're right,
you can do house rules, yeah,
exactly. But like games now, you're right. Like unless you are
like
playing
you have to like Unless like Villainous, even Villainous, with how much we played it, it would take me a minute to remember how to do everything.
Yeah, like the DC deck building, I think was straightforward enough that one I'm probably.
Oh yeah, good. That's pretty easy to. We could pick that up tomorrow.
But like, if we were going to play Metal Gear again, no, I got to have all the books. Yeah. But then there's others that are super good too, like Pandemic. I love Pandemic. That's a co-op game.
That was our go-to. That was our go-to when we had just the me and you board game nights when you lived over here.
Yeah. Well, we would do. And honestly, Howie, those top two were games you and I played like crazy: Pandemic and Forbidden Desert. Although I think we had Forbidden Island, but they have Forbidden Desert now.
Well, and then we kept switching back between the Attack on Titan depending on if we felt like trying to beat it.
Oh, because it was so hard.
Well, you have on here too the werewolf game. The werewolf game has a lot of potential, but you have to have
a group.
Like you can't do it with just like even with just us four. I don't think it would be.
No, you have to have a group.
You have to have like
super easy to figure out. Yeah.
Well, and they have so many variants of this, like the werewolf game, and then there's one that's called like Covert something, where someone's the spy.
It's the same aspect. It's just different variations.
Yeah, I remember when that game Town of Salem came out. Howie texted me. He was like, "Hey, there's a new game on Steam you need to buy." And look, anyone, you all know this, but listeners don't know this. Howie, I would argue, of everyone on this call, I would argue that Howie is the friend that is like, "Hey, this game came out. You should buy it." Like all the time, and like. He's not the friend that will talk you into buying a game and then leave you hanging, at least not in my experience, but he will pressure you into buying things. And he was like, "Hey, Town of Salem, you need to buy it." I'm like, "What is Town of Salem?" He said, "You remember that werewolf game that we played we really enjoyed?" I was like, "Yeah." He said, "Dude, imagine that as a video game." And it's awesome. It's the same concept. You're in a town, everyone gets some kind of trait, and you have the nights where when you play the game, you cover your eyes or whatever it is, But those are a lot of fun. And
do you remember what excited you the most about that game, and it wasn't even related to the game?
The gesture. Oh no, the death emojis, because you have one where you can go Super Saiyan.
Yeah. he saw that and he was like, "Oh my god!"
Yeah. So whenever in that town, and I know that's a video game, but it's the same concept. But in Town of Salem, whenever you get up for trial because people suspect that you're the serial killer or whatever, like I would always try and make people in the chat like hang me in the game because I had a Super Saiyan emote. So whenever I would die, I would turn into a Super Saiyan. So it was cool.
They added a game mode like that for Magic the Gathering.
No, I did not know that.
Yeah, I played it with Jacob. That they had me make metal cards for it, and one person's an assassin, one person's the king, one person's something, and like if you accidentally kill, I think it's the king.
Yeah.
Everybody loses, but if you're the knight, you have to save the king, but you don't know who the king is.
Do you know something else that game? If you want to think about it, it got really big at one point. What that game kind of stemmed to too? Among Us.
Oh, exactly. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, that's a very good point. I didn't even think about that. This whole thing with debating and all that. Yeah, exactly.
It's Among Us. Especially now because like all the new updates with Among Us, they've added to where it's.
Oh, really?
You have all those extra roles. Like you have the sheriff, and if the sheriff basically like can kill the, if you can figure out someone's imposter and you can kill them, and if you kill the wrong person, it kills you.
Oh yeah, I remember that because like a lot of YouTubers were like, "Hey, come here and shoot this person," and they'd be like, "I don't know."
See, I haven't played Among Us since it first came out.
Well, I used to watch it a lot. Like I used to watch Toast play it back in the day. That dude was so much fun to play that game.
Now, I feel before we get into a situation where we don't have time to talk about it, we've got to talk about. And I know it's been around for decades, but at least for me, my interest hasn't been until recently. But and the whole concept of roll for nostalgia, roll for initiative, but D&D. Like I think Howie is probably the one with the most exposure to D&D.
Me and Wayne probably have the same amount. Every time I've played D&D, has been with Wayne, but I think we started at the same time.
Yeah, because I had I had a D&D experience with folks that were very, very into all of the role playing, the voices and all of that, and they weren't very helpful in teaching me how to play. It was a very bad experience. So when like my experience was bad, at least, where it sounds like, like your alls were much better. Obviously Howie's was, because he consistently always went back to it, and then you all obviously had a good experience because you wanted.
But it was with us,
right?
Yeah.
But when we, our whole thing was we started this. Let's see, how many years ago was it the first time we tried it? Was it 4 years ago? That ain't right, is it?
No,
3, right?
Two.
Probably about 2 or 3, right?
Yeah,
about 2.
3.
So
I think it was 3.
I would say 3.
Yeah, so we.
Would you say 3?
Yeah, so we.
Yeah, it's definitely 3.
We decided, and like when this whole concept of playing D&D came up, I was turned off by it because I had a really bad experience. But then it was like Howie's familiar; he was going to DM the thing and all that, and we hashed out this once a month plan of coming to the house and playing D&D, and it was so cool. Like I had such a good time, and I was so glad that it was with you all, and like was able to because the rules and stuff are like so robust, but it was such a good time, and then that led me to watching like Critical Role and all that stuff where you've got just utter legends. But
good old Mercer.
Yeah, dude. Well, and like I didn't know. Like I remember asking y'all for years. Like we'd go to the card shop for TCGs and stuff, and I'd see all these dice. I'm like, what is this for? And then when I played D&D, I understood what they were for.
Yeah.
But I never and technically I remember I had a work trip to Boston right before we started this because I made it a point to buy a set of D&D dice, for us to have when playing.
Well, and if you remember, I bought my dice that I use it's a Critical Role dice.
That's right.
Like I bought it from Critical Role, and they come with a little bag and stuff, and has their symbol and stuff on it.
Yeah, and I didn't realize. Because, again, my first experience was so bad, so I didn't realize when we played how the concept worked. Like, the whole idea of the DM is like the NPC, essentially, if you will.
Yeah.
And, all the things about rolling for checks and rolling for initiative. And I will say Baldur's Gate, despite me not beating it, like, Baldur's Gate also helped me understand some of the rules. But I will say, at least for me, because we did this... I think we did one. Did we do 1 or 2 times with Howie before I got the creative itch? I can't remember.
I think it was just the first time, wasn't it? It was just
it was twice because I did a one shot and then you all got so far, but then we had to call it because I think Wayne had to leave because it went longer than we thought it was going to.
Yeah, busy life.
Well, because the thing is, like, as soon as I went through this, I was like, man, I kind of want to try this DM thing. Like, I kind of want to just give it a shot, because it seemed to be very story focused. And, like, that just seemed really cool to me. Because, like, when I think about some of these board games that we've talked about, the Metal Gear board game, and some of these that have these themed stories, obviously we know the story behind Metal Gear, but these themed stories, so, like, I got super into that. So we did do a couple before we had to stop, and then we did try again once I got moved back, but our schedules are so daggone squirrely.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest, we're having enough time just to getting coordinating this.
Yeah, but I mean, and look, a couple, when at the Lexington convention, the Lexington Con, so I met Deborah Ann Wall, who plays Karen Page in Daredevil. But she's also real big into D&D. Like,
is she in one of those? She does it with. She's not the one. Who's the one that voice acts that does it with? She does it with Critical Role, and she's married to one of the other guys.
So you're probably thinking Laura Bailey is my guess.
Yep, that's it.
Yeah, Laura Bailey. So Critical Role, you got Matt Mercer, GOAT, and I can't tell you how many times I get mad at myself that I forget that Matt Mercer voices Hit in Dragon Ball. Oh, speaking of that, Howie, what card was that you got that night that Austin was?
I'll leave the Discord.
Oh, the one right here, the one right here next to me.
Oh, do you still have it?
Oh yeah, it's right here in the binder.
Did you really just ask Scott if he got rid of something?
That's a good point, actually. That's valid. But no.
Haters.
So Laura Bailey, Matt Mercer, Travis Willingham, like they're all voice actors. But no. So but Deborah Ann Wall does do something, but separate from Critical Role.
Yeah.
But
and we'll bring it up again. We brought it up in the old the game they all did, Dispatch.
Yes.
Fantastic.
Oh, so
fantastic.
Good. So good. But whenever I met her, like I brought up, she did a video with her and John Bernthal where she was explaining, and I saw that right when we were playing D&D and learning it, and that's what encouraged me to do this whole storytelling thing. Now, the shameful part, like I say shameful because I just don't have the time to put that much time and energy into it, but when we were doing this, like I leaned on ChatGPT and a couple other things and then things to design the maps, and I thought I did okay. I thought that we had some pretty cool story stuff going whenever we played.
No, I think we did. I mean, I had fun with it. We just
like I built this whole thing. I know, Austin, you got really into having your backstory, which I really appreciate. But Dungeons and Dragons, like I never in a million years thought that I would enjoy it. Like it just seemed like so much effort.
And I just want to say that first one I sent into you, like when I sent it to you, that was not ChatGPT at all. That was 100% just wrote.
No, and that's the thing. Like I even told Deborah and Wall, like I said that. She said, "Look, it's not like you're monetizing it or anything. It's just for you and your friends. There's nothing wrong with that." And I agree. I mean, AI has its evil aspects, but as a tool, it's not.
Yeah. So, but
D&D, I was surprised that I liked it as much as I did.
Yeah. So, but before we get out of story mode, does anybody have any other bring-ups that we haven't talked about when it comes to board games? Or we pretty much covered the ones that we can think of? Because we're probably going to miss one.
I'm pretty set.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got to get back into Stratego.
Stratego's crack, dude.
I kind of want to try that because it's kind of giving me like Command and Conquer vibes
on
the board.
Just something I did want to bring up. Did y'all ever play the TC or the car? Or what was it called? It was a game on Steam. It was Tabletop Simulator. And
I have it.
I have it too. That game was that. I don't know if it's still being like.
It is
actively like, yeah, like we played that. Me and my buddy Jacob played that game a lot.
Yeah,
I've still got all the TCGs on it, and then I've got the Pokemon game we talked about. Like most of the board games we talked about, I've got it on there.
Yeah,
I didn't know that. I'll have to check that out.
It's like the Wayback Machine for people that want to play old school stuff.
I love the Wayback Machine.
So,
yeah, let's go ahead go ahead.
I was gonna say, speaking of old time machines, so I was going through all my stuff. Wait, we don't want to see your feet. Speaking of, I was going through all my stuff, and
Wiki feet, here it comes.
I found my old Yu-Gi-Oh deck with Red Eyes Black Dragon in it.
I thought it was Blue Eyes White Dragon. Is there a Red Eyes Black Dragon?
Yeah, it was Joey Wheeler's.
Did you not do Yu-Gi-Oh at all? Like, did you not keep up with it or watch it?
No, I didn't watch or play or do anything. Hey, Howie. Do you see what I have displayed back there?
It's not in any acrylic. It's just standing out in the weather, in the elements.
You gotta protect your stuff, man. In the house, man. I'm pointing. By the way, Howie found official PlayStation magazine that was for Metal Gear Solid 4, and that is what is displayed.
Yeah, check it out on Facebook.com.
You already know this, but I was going through the Switch eShop the other day, and that is apparently getting remade for the Switch or for the Switch 2.
Yeah, they're doing really? You don't think I already knew this? No,
I literally said you already know this.
Oh, okay, fair. Yeah,
I didn't hear him say it. I'm on Facebook.
It comes out in approximately 97 days. So, by the way,
he has a timer on his phone of every game to release. I found that out.
I don't know, man. I think I've played Metal Gear for like 10 minutes total in my life.
It was the demo that we played back on the PS1.
Yep, that was it.
Hey, you're missing out, my friend. You're missing out. But
you would probably
because I would rather fight real people than play a single player game.
Oh, okay. But you play God of War, so you just need to make one
more.
Different. One. You need to make one more.
Wait, tell him it's different. Tell him it's different.
You need to make more story.
Chase, have you not listened to the Jack Black's song?
Which one?
That he doesn't play video games anymore?
I don't think so.
Yeah, he talks about, he sings, I don't play video games no more. I don't play video except for God of War. And then he goes into Red Dead and stuff, and he's like, I guess that's not a video game, haha.
No, I've not heard
a big thing. Yeah.
Good Lord.
It's funny as hell.
Anyways, that probably does it for our story mode. Let's go ahead and get into our side quests.
Yep, let's jump into our first side quest, which is going to be Power Cycle. So Power Cycle is, we try to align it to our story mode, but to be some kind of deep pull memory that didn't come up in the story mode, but related to the same topic. So specifically around like board games and things like that. Now, I already kind of alluded to mine a little bit. That may have actually been before we started recording, now that I think about it. But for me, So I love all things Metal Gear, obviously, based on our little exchange just a second ago, based on the fact I got a Solid Snake back behind me and a Solid Snake that looks like a duck behind me and a stealth Solid Snake and a snake in a box, all that behind me. Anyway, so when I was working at GameStop in the mall during the holidays, busy as hell, and Howie and Tyler came through and just, we were shooting the bull. I think I had you get me Starbucks or something like that. But they came back and proceed to start telling me, I didn't know this was a thing, proceed to start telling me they went down to FYE and saw that they had a Metal Gear Solid 4 themed Risk game. And I was like super fired up and excited about it. And I was like, dude, if I send you with my card, can you get it? Da, 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 da. And I can't remember, Howie, if it was you or Tyler. This part I can't remember. But one of you all were saying, oh, someone was in front of us, or someone bought it while we were looking at it, da, 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 or something. For a very short time, you all tried to fake me out. But then the other had it behind. You already bought it.
That was totally me, because Tyler doesn't try to fake anybody out. I was like, hey, keep this behind your back, because he was the bigger one.
Yeah, that's okay. But I remember like being so excited, like, oh my God, let me give you my card, blah, blah, blah. And then you crushed my soul by saying it was the last one and it was gone. But then you all had actually bought it for me.
Yeah, well, you had called me an ass because as you gave me your card, I said, man, I can't wait to go shopping with this bad boy.
Hey, yeah. But the fact that Metal Gear, I love all things Metal Gear. There's nothing Metal Gear related I don't love except for Metal Gear Survive. That is utter trash. There's very few times you'll hear me say something is utter trash. That's one of them. But I just remember being so hyped about it, and then like seeing that on eBay. Not that I would ever get rid of it, but a open copy of that game goes for like $500-$600 on eBay. Like it is a just massive collector's item, and it just meant a lot. It was super exciting for you all to do that.
Yeah, mine is nothing like that. I just remember we were at our comic book shop. We were playing, and we were playing cards all day. Well, it started raining or something, and we didn't want to leave. It was me, Rob, and our buddy Matt, I think. So Rob, for some reason, had Fallout Monopoly in his car. So he goes out and grabs it and then comes in.
That's so random.
And it was when we were all working at GameStop. And we were sitting there, and he, or maybe he was working. I wasn't working there yet still. But we started playing Monopoly. Well, the rain let up or something, and everybody was getting ready to leave. We had already been there for, like I said, all day. And he just goes, you can have it. And just gets up and walks away. And I'm like, what? He said, congratulations, you just got a Fallout 4 Monopoly. And then just leaves.
So that's how you have the Fallout 4 Monopoly.
That's why I have a Fallout 4 Monopoly. Is because Rob was just like,
I feel like that was just pure laziness.
Probably, but I ended up with, at the time, it was like a $50 game. So
right? I mean, that's okay. That's cool. I didn't realize that you had that.
So
Howie, what's yours? Well, I was like,
Wayne or Howie,
I think Wayne, you're still noodling because you said at the start.
I got one. I got a good one.
All right, go ahead, Wayne.
So I would say, do you remember when the first Harry Potter movie came out? Right?
Sorcerer's Stone, yeah.
Yeah. Well, Wizard Chess was a big thing in that. Well, I had no desire to play the game of chess. Like, I had no desire to play that game. Well, for Christmas, my dad wanted me to learn, and I just didn't want to. Well, for Christmas, they put out a Wizard's Chess version of chess. And so then it piqued my interest. It's like, okay, well, now I'll learn. And so to this day, the only reason I know how to play chess is because of that. It's because of Wizard's Chess, yeah.
And Wayne's actually good at chess, so
I don't know how to play chess. I've never.
I love chess,
Wayne. And if I remember right, we had that until probably right before you moved out.
Yeah, like I had that.
Like, we had that.
I had that forever.
Mm-hmm.
And to this day, it's the only reason I know how to play it is because I got Wizard's Chess, and I was like, okay, I want to play it. And all it was the pieces looked like the Wizard's Chess.
The Wizard's Chess.
But, well, that's another thing that's got a lot of themed stuff is chess. Like I remember that. I'm sure you all remember working at GameStop, and every holiday we'd get these $80 chess sets that had these really cool metallic pawns or whatever they call them in chess, figures or whatever.
Well, like Mario always had one.
Yep,
Mario always got one, and it was because Bowser was your king, and the other side was of course Mario and Peach, and then like you know what I mean though, like your pawns are like Koopas on one side and Goombas on the other.
That's insane. Yeah. Howie, what's yours? What's your deep pool moment?
There's no telling.
So I was at a convention.
You saw an anime girl.
Yep. She pulled me in. But I was at a convention. I was walking around, and there was a quaint little booth drawing us in.
There's a guy. Anime Central.
There's a guy sitting there, and he's like, "Man, you need to try this card game." And I said, "Oh yeah." He's like, "Yeah, it's a very viral card game, Catching the Nation." And I was like, "Oh man, that sounds like a eye opener." And he's like, "Yeah," and he shows me the card game. I play a little bit with him. I'm like, "Man, I need to buy this because I got somebody that's gonna think this is funnier than shit."
Oh no! I know exactly where you're going with this, you asshole.
And somebody got it for Christmas.
And you know what?
And he thought it was hilarious.
You know what? Look, I got no problem bringing this up because I am so glad that you brought this up. So
that's probably my most memorable thing of anything card game related in board game.
No, so let me. Okay, this is definitely a Power Cycle deep pool moment right here. All right, I'm also going to get a little.
Do you know about this, Wayne?
No.
Oh gosh.
Wayne does it because he never played it, but Austin, you played it. You probably
I didn't play it. I just knew the story because I remember you talking about your mom's face when he opened it.
Yep. So let me.
Oh, my mom looked at me like I was the Antichrist.
No. So let me. I'll get TM. I see now what your text meant whenever you text.
I wasn't gonna go into detail. It was just gonna be, hey, this was a funny gift, but
no. Hey, look, this is a perfect place for this whole podcast. Yes, we have a blast and we have a good time and we've been doing it, but it started as a therapeutic journey. So this is a perfect place for this to bring it brought up. So I am the friend that Howie is referring to in his story, and I was in a very low place because I had been diagnosed with something that is with me the rest of my life, and it is something that you get. It's very, very common in the grand scheme. 1 in 5 people have this. Now, if you're curious enough to Google or research, you go right ahead. But it impacted me. You know, you think, oh, it's something common. Why do you care? But it's something that can have a huge impact on personal life because of it being, STI related, if you will. So that's relevant to the story. Anyway, I was in a really bad spot about it, like a really bad spot mentally. And Howie doing this, so when I feel down about something, I generally start laughing and joking about it. It's the only way for me to kind of process. And I know a lot of people process things this way. I was still kind of in a lull, in a funk, if you will. And Howie, for Christmas, I open up this card game, and this game is called, if you want to look it up, it is called Quickie, the STD card game.
Going viral.
It had only been like 2 or 3 months.
And it was very much like, so it's, and yes, it says the game that went viral is what it says on there. And so I opened
Tell me you still have it.
Yeah, hold on. Yeah, I have it. Hold on a second. Let me see if I can find it.
The objective of the game the whole objective is to give your opponent, the first person to give somebody else herpes, wins the game.
Oh my god, dude. That's out of control. That is out of control, man.
It is a wild card game. The dude pulled us over to the desk and he was like, man, look at this card game. And he, he's a really good salesman, but man, when he said all that, and I just thought, I was thinking in the back of my mind, I was like, man, Chase has been really upset about this. Why not joke about it? And so I was like, dude, you already got my money.
Scott told me about this afterwards, and apparently his mom gave him the dirtiest look he's ever gotten from her.
Oh, dude, I thought she was going to get up and come over and punch me.
That's so epic, dude. That is so epic, dude.
Quickie, the STD card game, the game that's gone viral.
And you opened it and played it, didn't you?
Oh, 100%.
Oh, that night.
Yeah, we played it that night. And like you can see a fun, fast-paced, easy to learn, informative, hilarious party game. The rules are simple. Your hand is full of potential sexual diseases. Get rid of them if you can. Give them to others and try not to gain more. Definitely do not get stuck with them.
I need this game. I think I want this game.
No, and
I want it.
And look, the back of this. Well, you won't be able to read it, but like there are our action cards: monogamous relationship, action, drunken one night stand. And then you have disease, chlamydia, non-disease, stay home and masturbate. Like these things are hysterical.
I know this got wild, but this is the stuff that we find funny sometimes.
Yes. So,
this is a board game, so it's on brand.
But here's the thing, though. As funny as this whole thing is, that purchase of Howie's pulled me out of the funk that I was in, from the funk, if you want to look at it that way. So yeah, it very much like it's hysterical now, obviously.
But like, did you laugh when you first opened it?
Dude, oh, I did. Like
he looked like he was in shock. If you want to go from a third person point of view, I looked at him. He looked at it, looked at me, looked at the box, got a little bit of a smile, looked like he wanted to tell me to go fuck myself, and then he started laughing.
Yeah, it was. It was absolutely like. Yeah, that is a great deep pull because that's obviously a very kind of heavy topic. Not really because it's kind of funny at the same time, but yeah, that we'll have to play that at some point in time. So
that is hilarious.
Yeah.
That is hilarious.
Glad you could learn something, Wayne. So
yeah, but
I thought you knew that story.
That night, because Chase was in a funk, man, you could tell that he flipped it because while we were playing, people would make jokes and he'd be like, "Oh, too late," and shit like that. Like they'd be like, "Hey, Chase, I'm giving you the clap," and he's like, "Can't beat to it."
Yeah,
like he was just giving people shit.
And for the record, I don't have the clap, but I was
or
making
those
kinds
you know
of jokes.
What I mean?
Yes, but
That's
was
awesome.
Yeah. So it was definitely a way to that to me. I'll tell you right now, that to me was we all know the video on TikTok, on YouTube, and everything else where the guys are playing Call of Duty and the friend's like, "Hey, if I was going through something, would you all be there for me?" And they're like, "Nope." And that was our moment like that.
Yeah.
Like
he's like, I would be at your funeral knowing I could have done something else.
Yes. But that was our moment, because we all give each other crap and da-da-da-da. But he knew that would get me out of that funk, and it did. Like, so.
You had to bring up that Call of Duty video because now I'm thinking about that. Would you be there for me? No, I want to be at your funeral knowing I could have done something to stop it.
Dude, I love that video.
That video is like, I listened to that, and that is like, even though we don't mean it, that is 100% how every single one of us would act with each other. Like
dude.
For sure.
Dude, the amount of therapists that I've seen stitch that video and listen to it and talk about how all of those guys would be there for each of their friends. Like, you can just tell. It's hysterical.
That's the best line of it, though. That's the best line of that entire video is the funeral line.
100%.
Oh yeah, because his buddy's like, "Man, you really wouldn't be there," and that's when he hit him with it.
Yeah, and then the other buddy is like, "Wow," All right. Well, I think Howie definitely that's an outstanding side quest.
That was a good way to end the side quest.
Yeah,
side quest.
Yeah.
So
let's. Yeah, that wraps up Power Cycle. Let's jump into our last side quest, which is going to be Patch Notes. So Patch Notes is generally a quick one where basically we just want to talk about. Oh man! Oh, so it's a quickie, and so basically just looking ahead, kind of at what we have coming up here over the next few weeks and episodes and things like that. Our next episode, which I'll highlight in our save point, of course, but our next episode is going to be kind of written media focused, specifically around magazines, around gaming. So we're going to be very gaming focused. We're not talking Playboy and stuff like that. We're talking video game magazines.
We can if you want, though.
Wayne, you whipped your head around way too fast when I said that. But no, Howie found that PlayStation magazine that I just mentioned, and I also have found all my Game Informers from 2014 to 2019. I don't have any of my ones before then, which make me super salty, but
I'll hook you up, dude.
Because I've been doing a TikTok series flipping through those. If you've got the old like 05s and stuff, I need to snag some from you.
Oh yeah, I definitely got 05.
I don't know why I said
$20.
I don't know why I said if you have them. I already know the answer.
20 human dollars.
But that's going to be our next one. And we then also have on the radar, note actually, as I am explaining these, the rotation in the order may change. Last time we did patch notes, we said the same thing. This is just kind of what we have on the forefront.
These are just the themes and thoughts of other ideas, is what it is. Because there's sometimes, like, when we're doing these, like, on our patch notes, just so you all know, like, if maybe we need, like, for instance, the GOAT debate episode. Oh. Wayne argues about everything, okay? Like, Wayne loves to argue. That's just one of the things he likes to do. True or not true, Wayne?
No.
That's why you know Wayne's lying. However, but what I'm getting at is, so say we give that as like in 3 weeks, that's what we plan on doing. Well, for some reason, that episode, we really want Wayne here to do it with us. We want to make sure he can be here. So if something scheduling line and stuff like that is what alters it. There's a lot of these episodes that we can turn into just a me and Chase episode. There's some that we can't. So we want to make sure that we can line out to where everybody's here.
Exactly. And that's the thing. So we've got the magazine focused. We're also going to do one for video game movies. So we obviously did the license tie-in where we talked about games that were based on movies, but we were going to do one that's talking about video game movies specifically. We're also going to talk
minus Resident Evil. It was trash.
Well, we're gonna talk about them. So
yeah. Plus, I need everybody to vote on my side because I'm salty. They left me out of the TCG episode.
Oh yeah, I know. I'm sorry.
I was yelling at my phone.
Also, we're gonna have an episode talking. So flipping from games to about movie trilogies. So specifically trilogies, not movies that have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, or anything, but specifically trilogies. Austin already knows kind of what the highlight is there. But it's not just Star Wars focused, but movie trilogies in general.
Just so you know, Wayne will not be on that episode because I'm not getting yelled at about Star Wars the entire time. Because that is
Lord
what
of the Rings needs to take up all the airspace on that one.
Oh yeah,
movies. It's not a trilogy, so doesn't meet the criteria.
There's 3 different trilogies.
Yeah, it's 3 different
trilogies. Nope, it's all the same. It's all Star Wars. It's all crap.
We're not arguing. Then we will.
Remember when I said Wayne likes to argue?
Exactly. Point proven. Then we're going to have an episode talking about TV shows, but not like we did an anime episode and we talked Saturday morning cartoons. We're actually talking like live TV shows type thing.
So like just what our favorite ones are, or the ones we watch, like
Reacher.
Reacher. Yeah, because you're watching that now, like that, or even like Supernatural. It had how many seasons did it have, Wayne?
15.
Oh, I thought it was more than that.
No,
16.
He would know. He's seen them all, I think, twice.
That's Brian's favorite show too.
That's like,
but that's what I'm saying. So that one, like for instance, like we're talking about, just to be transparent with everybody, like this is something like obviously Wayne watches a ton of shows. Like that's something that he does. So that's a show that we would, or an episode we want him on. Same with like Scott. Whenever we did the anime episode, Scott is all about anime, so it made sense to have him on. So like stuff like that,
but we try to make sure.
We're not arguing about that.
Yeah, but anyway, and so old TV shows, new TV shows, etc. Then we're going to revisit arcades, both from an old perspective, but also what we're seeing now. Now, we did have a side quest on this, but we're going to do a story mode on it. This is actually when we will probably dig into a little bit about casinos, because essentially arcades are casinos for kids.
Adult arcades.
Well, and there's some that we have listed that we might not do, because me and Chase have talked about it a little bit, and we may or may not do this, but like you have shows coming out, game shows.
I was
and
just
stuff like that.
I hadn't put the notes on here. I was just about to say that.
So, but like for instance, like with the game show, like, and that's something that I don't know if it might just be a me and Chase thing. It might be all of us. It's again, we don't know. But that's
game shows like in game shows like on TV, like Ninja Warrior?
No.
No. So I got it, Austin. So literally the first week of June, Summer Game Fest is happening. Nintendo Direct is happening. Sony has announced a state of play. Wayne, Xbox has a Gears of War E-Day showcase, and then they have a general Xbox showcase.
This is all in a week. It's basically what E3 was, but instead of them doing E3, it's separated from show to show per person. So we're going to probably take that week. We're going to watch everything and see what we can find. And we're going to take a whole episode and talk about it.
Exactly. And that came up after I made this list because all that just got announced this past week.
The only thing we knew was the game show.
Right. So we will definitely probably add that as an episode as well. But then the other episode that is on the radar, Austin already alluded to it, but we are going to do an episode that is essentially focused around debating. Now, and talking about all things GOAT related. This will be games, this will be movies, this will be TV, this will be people, this will be all things.
And basically what we're
better than LeBron. Don't care.
Yeah, that's something that only me and you would argue about, and we both have the same argument. Like, we both agree on it. So, but what I'm getting at, so this is something that we'll work on, and we'll probably like set a timer on that though, like to where we argue about each topic. Because if we didn't, me, Chase, and Scott could agree on the same thing, and Wayne, just because he hears us agree on it, will go the other side and try to make an argument to make it.
Chase, Scott, and I.
Whatever.
I'd probably agree with Wayne sometimes.
And not to get too far off topic here, but speaking of Battleship, it's now a game in Vegas, by the way.
Is it really?
Oh, they had war in Vegas now too.
Game in Vegas too.
War like the card game?
Yeah, like where you flip it. Like
but Battleship was put in about 2 weeks ago, and it is a game in Vegas now.
That's legit. I
saw somebody winning like a grand on it.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, really?
But no, the GOAT episode in titles are to be determined on all these. But basically, the GOAT debate episode, we're going to cover a lot of different things in that episode. I suspect that will be our longest episode. But we will have a very specific kind of structure for that one that we'll try and stick into. We may even not have side quests for that and just focus solely on the story mode. But that's kind of... It
still works. It's just... That's what this whole part is. We try to be transparent about what we're trying to do and move on as we're going on.
So that you kind of have
we try to do it once or twice every little bit.
Exactly. But I think that does it for our patch notes, so we can go ahead and jump right into our save point. All right. Well,
good episode.
Yeah, I feel bad. I actually realized when we got so far in that I forgot to bring up the fact that I hope everyone had, if you were able to take advantage of, the long last weekend for the Memorial Day holiday as well. So I know, at least for me, I'm coming off of that 3-day weekend, but I did not mention that at the start, so I apologize. And just wanted to highlight and thank Wayne and Howie for tagging along on the quad episode today. Thank you all very much. Hope you guys had a good time today. We didn't even have anything to debate. We were just talking about board games and stuff.
Yeah, but I really want to play, like, there's a couple games that we talked about that, like, some of us have that I really want to play. Like, I think we definitely need to play the quickie game. That needs to happen.
Yeah,
for sure.
I am really glad that you brought that up. I actually feel bad that it wasn't what came to mind for me. But I get, Metal Gear is always a priority.
Though, like, I still, like, I know I said it earlier, but I genuinely still cannot believe that we have not played Cards Against Humanity together.
I know. That's actually kind of weird that we haven't. Like, and I feel like
even like after like the Derby party or something, like, I'm surprised. That's what I'm more surprised about. So, but again, in our save point, like we do every week, thank you to everybody that listens. Thank you for everybody that joins. Again, we have the Discord. We have it's usually Chase's part, so I'm just kind of winging this part.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah,
the follow, subscribe, continue to listen. We just hit a big milestone for us. We hit, what was it, 750 downloads?
750 downloads. So the podcast is hosted through Buzzsprout, and it goes out to Spotify, Amazon, Apple, all that. 750 downloads as of this week. So, yes, that is very, very appreciative. And thank you for bringing up the Discord that I always forget. Fun fact, we have decided to record using Discord instead of what we were doing before, which was Google Meet, because apparently I'm archaic for using Google. But this is very exciting, though, because really, we peanut humming me now. Is that what we're doing? But anyway, yes. Also, don't forget the email address too. The midnight release pod at gmail.com is another area to reach out to us.
And also, just I know we've kind of talked about this, but we are looking at the next one. Will probably just be a me and Chase episode, and I think we're gonna do the Game Informer.
Yeah, I do think. Thank you for that. Yeah, I do believe our next one is going to be the paper media focus, so Game Informer, EGM, PlayStation, etc. And then we had talked about with the Summer Game Fest and all of that. That may be our next one. So it may be 3-4 weeks before we get this quad debate episode in. But like I said, that just kind of gives you the roadmap of what the
because even that episode, like if that episode comes out and we can make it work, that might be one we have more than one. We maybe just more than me and Chase, because there'll be a lot to talk about, especially as you know from our beginning episodes. If Gears of War is not mentioned or not mentioned correctly, there's a big problem.
Yeah, that's valid. Yeah. But it's a Gears of War E-Day specific, so we should be fine there.
But just that's something we'll kind of work on as we go.
Yeah. So, but thank you all again. As always, it's very much appreciated. Howie, Wayne, thank you all for coming along. And everybody, remember that some memories are worth lining up for.